Ukraine's top military commander, General Alexander Syrsky, has said Ukrainian troops were launching counteroffensive in embattled city of Pokrovsk in eastern Donetsk region amid Russian attacks. In a statement on Monday, Syrsky confirmed that despite Pokrovsk being a fortified area, Russia's small infantry units have managed to breach some defenses, but Ukrainian command is aware of these points. While Russian attacks have temporarily decreased, he warned that Moscow's overall plans have not changed. Pokrovsk, a key logistics hub and former coal mining city of about 60,000 people before the war, has become a critical objective for the Kremlin. Russia has reportedly concentrated over 150,000 troops, including mechanized units and naval infantry brigades, in an effort to seize the city. Major Andriy Kovalev, a Ukrainian Army General Staff spokesman, echoed Syrsky's message, confirming that Ukrainian troops are under heavy pressure but maintaining their positions despite significant Russian losses. He said logistics, ammunition resupply, troop rotations, and medical evacuations are ongoing, and Ukrainian defenses remain solid. Combat in Pokrovsk has evolved into close-quarters fighting between small infantry groups, with both sides relying heavily on drones for reconnaissance and strikes. Earlier, Russian propagandist Boris Razin claimed Ukraine's command had lost control of the battle, though he also described the fighting as scattered and small-scale, with few soldiers visible even in drone footage. He said both armies keep most of their forces outside the city, while small teams battle street by street. The US-based Institute for the Study of War, ASW, confirmed these reports, describing a dynamic fight marked by Ukrainian counterattacks and heavy Russian losses. According to ISW, Russian advances have slowed in parts of Pokrovsk as Ukrainian units conduct careful, coordinated counterattacks with drone, mortar, and artillery support. Video released by Ukraine's 425th Assault Infantry Regiment and the 155th Mechanized Infantry Brigade shows small Ukrainian teams clearing damaged buildings and striking exposed Russian soldiers. Earlier, video footage of Ukrainian army pushing into parts of Pokrovsk was shared in social media. The mode of Russian troops' advance raised serious questions. Instead of infantry fighting vehicles, Russian troops can be seen moving on motorcycles, quad bikes and other lightly protected transport, as a sign of resource shortage and desperation among the Russian army. The situation in Pokrovsk demonstrates the limits of Russia's supposed modernization efforts. While officials claim that the army is stronger than before the invasion, the reality on the ground suggests otherwise.
In the Russian Central Military District, in 2024 to 2025, over 600 service members died due to negligence, unsanitary conditions, and alcohol and drug overdoses, according to the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine. Over 2024 to 2025, more than 600 service members of the Russian Central Military District, one of the 5 districts within the structure of the occupation army, died as a result of negligence, alcohol and drug overdoses, fights, and unsanitary conditions, the HUR reported. According to the Defense Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, at least 71 service members died by suicide in 2024, and in the first half of 2025, there were already 86 such cases. Furthermore, drugs are becoming a serious threat. In 2025, there were 112 recorded deaths from drug poisoning, nearly reaching the 2024 figure of 143 cases. In a statement released, HUR said the deaths were linked to unsanitary conditions, alcoholism, and narcotics abuse among personnel. Last month, Russia's plan to replenish its occupation forces in Ukraine stalled, particularly in some of the country's poorest and most remote regions, including the Republic of Sakha, Yakutia, according to the HUR. HUR, citing internal documents from Russia's Ministry of Defense, alleged that recruitment efforts across parts of Russia, particularly in the Republic of Sakha, are falling short of Kremlin targets. According to the HUR, enlistment centers in the region have reportedly failed to meet around 40% of their quotas. Muscovites are also being killed by drugs. In the incomplete year of 2025, 112 cases of deaths from drug poisoning were recorded, almost catching up with the figure from the entire year of 2024. Then 143 people died. The rising level of suicides, crime, and drug abuse among Russian military personnel is a sign of deep demoralization of the occupying contingent. According to the HUR, the shortfall underscores mounting discontent among residents and growing fatigue from the war, now entering its fourth year. The HUR report said another major factor behind the recruitment crisis is high casualty rates among local populations, particularly among indigenous ethnic groups such as the Yakuts, Evenki, and Evens, who increasingly refuse to fight and die for Moscow's interests. A similar pattern, the agency added, is being observed across other far eastern regions of Russia, where motivation to sign military contracts remains extremely low, despite state propaganda and promises of financial incentives. HUR notes that the increase in suicides, crime, and drug abuse among the Russian troops indicates deep demoralization within the occupation contingent. In the latest interception by Ukraine's defense intelligence in the Donetsk region, it was revealed that a Russian commander ordered the shooting of subordinates who attempted to retreat from their positions. HUR fighters also published a conversation in which a relative of a Russian soldier said that out of 25 Russian service members in the war against Ukraine, only 2 survived. Additionally, it was reported that the Russian army has set up field courts that punish deserters with torture and force them to fight to the death against one another